Magic Makers. I'm Monvirella.
I'm Yukita Cosplay.
And I'm CJ Peterson. Welcome to Magic Making Mischief. Welcome to episode 1 of season 4. First episode of season 4. Dang, yes, it is a season of love. Get this, hearts are going because it is not one anniversary, not 2 anniversaries, but 3 anniversaries we're celebrating today. 3 on season 4, episode 1. We're starting with Miss Yukita down here, who's celebrating an anniversary with her hubby. Over here, we have Mombi, who's celebrating an anniversary with her hubby. And over here, we have our guest, Mauricio, who's celebrating an anniversary with his girlfriend. Anniversary everywhere.
It's not even February. Love is in the air. What's happening?
I love. It's great. River pops in and says, hi, ladies and gentlemen, because
Hi, Super Heavy.
Other people saying hello. Oh, we got our Jeremy Vanders. Hello, everyone. Jeremy Vanders, maker of gorgeous wands since, oh my gosh, we could officially say 2024.
Oh, there we go.
Wands to the ready. Get your wands to the ready because
Speaking of wands, I'm throwing mine in the air apparently.
because we solemnly swear we're up to no good. Woo!
Nice use of Gilly water. Okay.
Of course.
Perfect. Awesome.
There you go. Works hard, says love in the air. And Geek Cred pops in and says, hey, y'all.
Love is in the air. Everywhere. Just be aware. Next week we will have the Fair Champions, but be aware we are not ignoring you because next week will be pre-recorded. Just fair warning. But today is not pre-recorded, and we have the amazing voice actor Mauricio Ortiz-Segura. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yes.
Mauricio Ortiz-Segura.
Awesome.
Yes.
Welcome.
I am so good.
Yeah.
I gave myself balloons. Yay. Welcome, Mauricio. We're happy to have you.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. Y'all are already a lot of fun.
Yay.
Wait till you see that
It's
later.
only started remotely. Before we start, would you mind, for those who aren't familiar with you, maybe sharing some of your characters?
Yeah. So I'm known for playing Giulio in My Hero Academia, You're Next, Lindling, and Nice in To Be Hero X, Shinichi Kudo, and Kid the Phantom Thief in Detective Conan, the new Studio Nano dub, and many more. Seojun Han in True Beauty. Who else? Fleo and Chillin' in Another World with level 2 super cheat powers. And Cadlin in Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Wow.
And many more things and mobobbers.
In my bobbers.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very cool. Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Lots and lots of cool people. Mommy, you said you had some questions. You want to start?
I do. Okay, so My Hero is a huge fandom. And your character was actually newer to it because it wasn't in the manga yet. And so my question I wanted to ask is, as far as the character goes, how did you kind of come up with the voice for the character, since the fandom wasn't introduced to the character yet? You got to actually be the introduction of the character.
So that's a very interesting question because it's hard. It's hard because you don't really get a frame of reference until you're in the studio. And so I had to rely a lot on my director for the film, Mike McFarland, who he guided me through it. The second it started, he gave me a rundown on the synopsis and plot of the whole shebang, and then I was like, okay. And basically, when you go into dub, you get like 1 or 2 chances to listen to how the Japanese sounded. And then you just go. And whatever comes out of your mouth, if it's good, we keep going with it. If it's bad, he's like, all right, we're going to try something else, So luckily what I did at first was good. And so we just kept rocking with it until I feel like it got a little more established after a few lines were there. And then after that, the voice was pretty much final. We only went back to re-record a few of the lines from the beginning. And but a lot of the original takes that we did in the very beginning are still present in the film as well. So very, very fun and unique opportunity every time you get to step into the booth and basically just come up with a voice on the spot.
Nice.
You had a pretty good
awesome.
grasp of him before you went in there.
Nope. I had zero idea of what he was like.
Power of
because-
improv.
Yeah, it's that's the magic of dubbing, is a lot of times you don't know who you're playing until you get in there.
Nice.
Especially if you're having to do multiple shows at the same time, it becomes it becomes like pretty laborious to try and keep up with all of the anime and manga that's coming out at once, especially if your character shows up like 10 episodes late into a season and you're in episode 11 and you're like, oh no, I gotta binge 10 episodes of this show so that I know what I'm saying, you know. So it's always a unique process, but I always have a fun time with it.
So I have a question. How do you, since you're doing like multiple characters sometimes in the same show, how do you remember which voice you did?
Usually the director will help me, like, guide me back into it. They love scheduling me on, like, when I get to do like multiple days in a row, you know, because that way they get their whole work streamlined and like they get to do multiple stuff with me at the same time. I don't have to come in on Monday, then come back Wednesday, then come back Friday. You know, I do everything on like Wednesday. It saves them all. But then you do have to go like, oh, hello, I'm this guy. And then you're like, all right, bye, guys. And then you go into the next room. You're like, oh, hi, guys, I'm over here. And you go into the next room. You're like, hey, guys, it's me. I'm Normal Man. You know, like it's always very funny. It's not too hard for me because all of my voices tend to have a little bit of my natural voice still in there. They're not too like, you know, like character, you know, like, you know, like not like crazy. I don't play a lot of monsters. So the fact that they're all like people and normally in very realistic situations usually helps me out in just being able to get the voice right back. But if the director feels like I haven't been in a while, they will be like, oh, let's play a reference. Let's get him a reference so that he knows what he's saying and what he sounded like before. And then I'll hear myself and be like, oh, okay. But usually I'll do that before. Like if the project is like going like weekly or like or if like it's like 2 weeks behind and the episode is still out, like I'll go back and rewatch something so that like I'm ready by the time I go in there. Because the director can't be the only one who's prepared. I gotta be prepared too.
Period. Professional.
Sure.
I try my best. Try my best to be.
I don't know. It seems like you succeed pretty well. We got a few comments here real quick. My Hero Academia rocks.
Yeah.
Works hard. Says great resume. We agree.
Oh, thank you for reading it.
Let's see. Where'd you get your training? Says Super Hubby.
Ooh, training. So my training mainly comes from experience, I feel. I did a lot of plays growing up. Like in middle school, I did plays. In high school, I did plays. But I never really took acting classes until outside of high school, which is ironically when I started acting professionally. So,
Nice.
So like straight out of high school, I immediately like put myself like, hey, where can I find any auditions? And I did film. I didn't do any voiceover until I was 20. Or I think until I was 19, but I wasn't doing anything like super serious until 20 when I started doing some indie work. And then 21 was when I finally broke into doing a lot more professional stuff. And so, you know, now I'm here, which is amazing. But in terms of training, I did a lot of online classes with a lot of casting directors, directors of stuff. So basically with people who know what they're talking about, you know, people who've done the thing that I want to do. That's like my number one recommendation is if you want to do something, learn from someone who's already doing it and currently doing it. Because that way they'll have, I think, the best insight that you can get in the current moment. But I also took a lot of in-person classes, especially down here in Texas, which is where I got to meet a lot of the directors that I now work with. And I thank them for guiding me and making me a much better actor than I was when I started. Because when I started, I don't think I was nearly as good as I am now. So, you know, if I look back on some of my old performances and I'm like, oh god,
I'm sure we
oh.
all do.
Yeah, it's I know it's sort of like hindsight, but in the moment, yeah, you don't really think about that because you're already performing like to the best of your ability. I feel in the moment.
Yeah, you did your
But
best
then,
in the moment.
yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, when you're looking back, obviously it's easy to ridicule or
Criticize.
knock yourself down. But
Of
Right.
course. We
I
are
try
our
my
own worst
best
critic.
to. Yeah,
Right.
yes, I am my own worst critic. That is
Indubitably.
100% true. No one talks more crap about me than me. And,
Facts.
Felt.
Oh, big facts.
Well, and that comes with experience anyway. You
That
always
is
get better at your own craft as you go. Even authors, like we always have that first book that everybody tries to like hide, and I had to rewrite my first book, which was extremely painful. But don't
your
ever
first book is painful.
having to rewrite it was,
Oh,
but you always get better as you go with each one.
mhm.
And it's the same thing with the voice acting, I'm sure, is that you always get better with each one as you go because you learn things each time.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just like writing and acting. It's all a muscle. It's all a creative muscle that you have to keep working. And obviously, the more you work it, the stronger you get. I will never forget, like in the beginning when I was learning like little new tricks, tips and tricks from the directors. They would be like, "Oh, hey, did you know that this guy who's been doing this for like 10 years and does so many cool things? Yeah, did you know he does this?" And I was like, I didn't know he did that. Why don't I try doing that? And now I do it ever since. I had a lot of that learning early on, which was really cool because it really does make me feel like I am progressing in this career, especially because I think that a lot of people can feel like they're plateauing or they feel like they've hit a peak and they can't get any better. That is a lie. You can always get better. You can always be better at what you want to do, and you shouldn't beat yourself up because you're not as good as you want to be in the moment.
See, and with that, this is a great comment. Great work ethic, because we all agree. We've got, apparently, this is the 10-year anniversary of My Hero Academia and the Zenshu dub.
It sure is.
Nice.
The 1 year anniversary of this. Yeah. Zenshu was a year ago. Huh? Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, lots of
I
anniversaries today.
yeah, wow.
Everywhere.
The My Hero one is especially wild because I was watching that growing up. But Zenshu already a year old, man.
Wow.
Like I'm not even like a major character in that, but I feel like that wasn't even like a year ago. That I felt like that was like last week.
Right? Oh, we also have a good question over here from Geek Craig Trivia. With a lot of old school anime getting reboots, is there a classic anime character that you would love to voice?
Ooh, interesting. I assume this is based off of Detective Conan, of course, getting a reboot dub, which is very cool. I don't know because they'd already rebooted Trigun, and Trigun was really cool. And they brought Johnny back, which was like the best decision because he's still a phenomenal actor. So, it's hard because some actors do come back, even though they're like 50 and the last thing they recorded was like 25 years ago, but they still sound exactly the same. So there's no reason to like recast them for someone younger or something, But then you have like everybody else in that cast was completely recast, So it's so weird and interesting when it comes to that stuff. In terms of classic anime that I hope gets a reboot, I'm watching a show called Ascriad that's really cool. I'm not sure if that one would ever get a reboot, but that one seems really cool. I've been having a lot of fun with that one so far. What else?
Brain ticklers. Lots of brain ticklers.
What about you guys? Are any shows you guys want rebooted? Any anime?
I don't watch anime.
I don't know, girly. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about rebooted, but I'd like to see some continuations on some. Honestly, I kind of want to know like what happens next with some, like Vampire Knight. I was a huge Vampire Knight fan. I still am. And I'd love to see that story just continue. You know, like the mangas went on much farther, I think, in the end, and then had like the offshoots. So it'd be nice to have more of some of them.
You know what? I lied. I do have one anime that I do actually like, and I want to continue watching it because it caught my attention. And it's also the an anime that we've actually had we've had a voice actress, Natalie Rial, who the anime she was in. It's not Oshinoko. It's something night, something
Call
with a
the
night.
Night.
Huh?
Call the Night.
Yes. Oh my gosh, it's actually really good, and I like it a lot. And I like how she says "boy." It cracks me up every time. So, but CJ, I think you had a question too.
Who?
Did you have a question?
No,
saw
I
you
know
doing
there's
it
one in
earlier.
there though.
Oh, there is one.
Oh, there's
Super
one.
Hubby. Is there a voice that stresses out your vocal cords, and what would you do differently?
My own voice stresses me out. It's really weird, especially because you can hear me now. I'm not at 100% vocal strength, and that's because I'm a yapper. I love talking. Love it.
This is a great job for you, then.
Yes. I went to detention many times in school because I was talking way too much in class, and my teachers did not like that. But now I make a living out of it, so I guess the joke's on them.
Dude, love that for you.
But typically anything in like the deeper range, of course, will hire me. Yeah, I'm trying to talk like this, like that stuff will like fry the vocal cord, and that's what's hard is the vocal fry, because by like definition of what it is, it's frying your vocal cords, which is really damaging because there's technically no completely safe way to do that. Like if I'm talking like this the whole time, like even right there, like you could hear my voice like went out a little bit. Yeah. So like my voice has to start at 100% health for me to do it, because it's like a video game. It's only gonna get lower and lower and lower and lower until I can't do it anymore. So I remember I had one session for a video game that will hopefully be out soon. I can hopefully talk about it. But it was the most bombastic I've ever gotten to be for a character. And he was all, bruh, and that was hard to maintain for 2 hours.
Very boisterous.
Yes, boisterous in my lower range. So I'm frying my vocal cords. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Screaming, yelling, awful for your throat. Awful for it.
We've had voice actors who do Dragon Ball, and there's a lot of yelling and screaming in those parts.
Yeah.
As much as it would be cool to be in Dragon Ball, I do not envy the screaming they do. That looks like it sucks. It looks awesome. It looks and sounds awesome when it's done and out and mixed. But when you're doing it, you're like, oh.
Like, please give me some throat coat. I need it now.
I can't imagine 2 hours of recording that. That'd be so much.
Usually they're nice. Usually they're nice. They'll leave the screaming for the end, but sometimes they'll just be like, sometimes they let you decide, and sometimes if you're me, you do a little dumb and you're like, yeah, let's do it for flow. Let's just scream in there. And I'm already in the moment. I'm already in the scene. And like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. My voice is not letting me do that.
Oh no, you pulled a Hagrid. I should not have done that.
Should have done that. Should have done that.
Should not have done that.
I've done that.
But that is the magic of voice acting. So for me, anything that involves a lot of screaming and yelling, because I need to train that muscle a little bit more. While I still can do it, it tires my voice out a lot faster. And deeper range and vocal fry. That stuff tends to tire my voice out as well.
Do you have any deepest range you can do? Now I want to know.
The deepest range I can do is typically somewhere right there. Like big dragon, big evil boss guy. Like that's about as low as I can get.
Bad guys.
But if you sound like David Sabalov or someone whose voice is unbelievably deep, you can't ask me to do that because I won't be able to do it.
We had
the old college try.
We had Ray Hurd on here. Man, that man is
Ray.
tasty.
Wow,
He's
his voice
awesome.
register. Mm.
Oh man, he is tall. He is tall in person.
Tyler is a tree. He is a redwood forest tree. I'm dead.
Yes. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. You see that man and you're, hey, and I'm like, oh.
Dude,
I
if
get
they
so
did a live
scared, but he's
action
so
version
chill.
of the Disney movie, what is it? Oh my goodness, Journey to Atlantis. He would be the chef.
Ooh.
I need
Yes.
yes.
Good
I
chef.
need that. I
Yes.
officially
Oh,
need
please.
that. Disney, you can take this. You can take this
Mhm.
if you hire Ray Hurd to do it.
Yep.
You can
Yep.
take
That's
it.
the
That is
must
my
do.
only retribution I want. Just make Ray Hurd do it. That's it.
So do you have any
Maybe you
tips?
could.
I was gonna say, do you have any tips for when your voice starts to go?
Only tip I can say is stop talking. Just
No.
stop talking.
Rest it.
What I'm obviously not doing. So I did a good job. But tea is good because it keeps your throat lubricated. This is throat coat specifically.
Okay.
Love throat coat, throat comfort, anything throat. Eucalyptus because it's also good for breathing. What a lot of people don't realize is that dry throat is usually bad for your throat. So stay hydrated. If you tend to mouth breathe a little bit because you can't breathe out of your nose like me, you just got to be a little more wary of it and try and breathe more out of your nose, because when you breathe in through your mouth, you start drying your mouth and your throat, and it's awful. It's an awful feeling.
Understandable.
But understandable
Because my husband also has sleep apnea, so he's a
I got
mouth
that too.
breather.
It's not fun.
Yeah, he also has a deviated septum. So
the double whammy.
yeah. So this is actually great tips for him. So now I'm gonna make him drink throat coat. There you go. Thank you.
Make him drink. Breathe easy. Breathe easy. They have another one called Breathe Easy. Ooh.
I know we're getting shorter in time, so I want to throw my other My Hero question out real quick before we get too short. Okay, so My Hero Academia is a massive franchise, and my question is, how, like, when you stepped into that world, there's all these personalities, all these quirks. What is your favorite quirk of all the ones that you've seen in there?
Are we talking like, what if I was a shonen pro tag, or what if I was just like me in my normal body?
Yes.
Okay. So if I was a shonen pro tag, I would choose half hot, half cold, because I feel like that's the most OP one. Because I'm just the best of both worlds. But if I was just me and I'm in my lame normal body and I have to pick like a normal quirk, I want I believe his name is Koda, the animal speaker guy. Because I love animals, man. I love them to death.
Dude, same.
I've had so many pets growing up, and I would just want to talk to animals, like all animals. I'd be like Dr. Doolittle.
Eliza Thornberry.
Yes. Agile Thornberry, exactly. Yeah.
I always felt like that was a really powerful power too, because like then if you could talk to all animals, you could talk to like insects too. And if like something was a problem, be like, I'm just gonna send all the fire ants after you, and you're gonna like leave now.
That's again a lot of people
to leave you alone.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Tell the spiders to leave us alone.
Yes.
So I have two questions. Number one question is, can you tell us what's next? What can you tell us that you are doing that's
there we go. That's the word.
So what's next is
but you can tell us.
There is a new batch for Detective Conan that is out now on Netflix. It is more of the Rivals of the Great Detective batch, and I am in, I believe, almost every episode. It's very, very cool because there's a ton of Shinichi Kudo in it, which is really, really fun for me because I got to make him speak in Spanish for the first time, so we got to touch on his multilingual aspect. Because in the original Japanese, he speaks English. And, we were like,
ironic.
Okay,
in the original Japanese, he speaks English. Yes.
So I could see him in the original Japanese speaking English, speaking Spanish.
That's right. He could speak Spanish. Japanese is, or Spanish is easier for Japanese people because it's phonetically similar. Which is very, very cool. I've heard a lot of Japanese speakers speak Spanish. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty natural. But and there's a new episode of Kid the Phantom Thief as well, and it is the hour-and-a-half long special, I believe, where it is Shinichi Kudo versus Kid the Phantom Thief. So I get to talk as two people in the same episode, which is very, very fun.
That would make me feel like I'm talking to myself, but like
Yes.
I'm allowed to.
It does make you feel like you're talking to yourself. It very much does.
schizophrenic.
Especially when they start talking to each other. I haven't had that done yet, but yes. So go watch Detective Conan: Rivals of the Great Detective Part 2 out now on Netflix.
Very cool.
Okay, hold on, wait. I got one more question for that. With that one in mind, real quick. Hold on. Sorry. So, with that character in mind, do you ever find yourself trying to solve the mysteries while you're reading the scripts?
I try, but I'm not the smartest guy in the room, despite despite what Shinichi might lead you to believe. It is a man named Aaron Campbell who I'm forgetting the name of his character because it's hard to remember all the names because there's so many. It's such a large ensemble cast, but Aaron is apparently the best guesser we have at determining who killed who and how they did it and why they did it. It's genuinely
Nice.
impressive.
It was the butler with the butter knife because he wanted a raise.
That's pretty much exactly what he does, and he's always right. It was
Nice.
It was the
absolutely
butler.
astounding when my director IU told me that was the case.
That's awesome.
So it's him and Megan Shipman. Megan plays Ron, who are the best guessers. And I try, but I end up asking for hints, and it's never fair because I already asked for a hint.
Nice. Okay, I know CJ's got one more big question for you. Real quick.
So we have about 3 minutes left.
Yes.
If you were to give somebody advice on wanting to break into voice acting, what would be a gold nugget, so to speak, on what you would give them?
Do theater training first, because theater will open up all of your horizons. You'll learn how to act physically. You'll learn how to act vocally. You'll learn how to project. You'll learn so many valuable lessons that will easily translate into voiceover. However, voiceover is a different muscle. There are plenty of people who do professional theater and then they come and do voice acting because like, oh, it's not that hard. It's just cartoons. And they're like, oh, this is a little harder than I thought. And it doesn't sound maybe as good as they thought. And so what you should do then is then take a voice acting class once you feel like you have a handle on theater and acting, because I feel like theater is the basis of what a lot of people need and what a lot of people find themselves lacking when they say, oh, I feel like I'm not this, or I feel like I'm missing this. I don't know why I'm not like getting cast as often. And a lot of times it's down to performance, and performance is 90% of the battle. The other percent of the battle is luck, sadly. So when you want to book something, you do have to be a little bit lucky. Luck might be knowing the director who's getting it. Luck might be being in good graces of a casting director that really likes you, you know. But the easiest way to do away with any of the luck factor is just to make yourself the best dang actor that you can be. So do yourself a favor, take some theater classes. If you're in high school, take theater classes. Take your theater class in high school. Join the theater club. If you're in college, take a theater course. If you're out of college, out of high school, do community theater. There's so much theater around you. It's all everywhere. So do theater, and once you feel like you've done a good amount of theater, definitely take a voice acting class and have that person tell you, hey, I think this is good. I think this is good. And have them critique you down to the littlest notes so that you can start building yourself up as a voice actor as well as an actor. Because to me, to be a good voice actor, you have to be a good actor first.
Period.
Well, thank you. Thank you for joining us today, Mauricio. If you want to learn more about him, he is on Instagram, TikTok, and X, and you can find him underneath his handle, which, for those paying attention, is at MAURTIZSEGURA. Or if you're paying attention, you can look at the scrolling down below on the screen. That's his Instagram, but it's a handle same across on Instagram, TikTok, and X. Thank you for joining us tonight, Mauricio. We appreciate it. Join us next week. We will have pre-recorded the Fair of Champions folks are going to be joining us. because we will not be here. We are not ignoring you, but we will have season 4, episode 2. In the meantime, we have anniversaries in love all the way. Woo, we have
Including
dogs.
the anniversary of a puppy. Yes.
We have dogs barking.
Marla Wayne said, "Get off the phone. Let's go."
In the meantime, make sure to check out Mombirella on YouTube, Yukita on Instagram, and YouTube is Follow the Geeks.
And of course, CJ Peterson on YouTube and TikTok. And thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being here. It's been awesome getting a chance to chat with you. Sorry we couldn't get to all the questions in the chat, guys. We are out of time for today. And next week's guests, they are already open, so y'all check out Fair of Champions in Palestine, Texas. And until then, we'll be here next week, but I will be on a Disney cruise at some point soon, so y'all keep an eye out for that too. So we will see y'all next time. Till then, mischief